Righty, thanks for taking the time to speak to us. First chance we've had really to catch up with you
Yep.
this season. How do you assess the start we've made? Tricky start, but certainly seem to be finding our form. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I think so. I think that, there's a lot of things to take into account. We've had a lot of turnaround in the squad, a lot of new players coming in, and it takes time. It takes time for them to understand how we want to play. Also takes them time to feel comfortable in a dressing room, and some of them have moved from fair distances and feel comfortable where they are. So I think there's many different factors, but I think we've said it to the players, and I think the manager's said it on numerous occasions. We don't want to use that as an excuse, but we've also got to accept that it does play a part in it. And I think you see over. There's been patches in all them games. The first few games. You look at Sheffield Wednesday second half, excellent, but we couldn't quite get the goal. But then you look at the last couple of games; it's been a bit more consistent throughout the 90 minutes. So if we look back at the weekend, there was some great stuff. It looked like us. It looked like how we want to play the game. But the great thing is for us, one, we're always striving for perfection, even though perfection's a myth. You never get there, but it's always, for us as coaching staff, striving to get there. But it's great, you speak to the players, and the first thing they were saying, I played well, but it's like, well, all right, what's the but? Yeah, I was sloppy here and sloppy there, and it's great to hear that as a coach, because it just shows that they're hungry to get better. They want to get better. They're not satisfied with where they are, which as individuals and as a collective, players and staff, it's great that we won't rest. We'll keep striving to get better and better.
Absolutely. Quickly touch on Saturday a bit more. Obviously, a fantastic result. Anytime you win by 4 goals away from home, it's fantastic. But was the most pleasing element that looked like an MK Dons performance, a performance under Liam Manning, under you guys, that we saw so many times last season, that looked like us. And like you said, within that looking like us, there was still plenty we can get better at as well, which is not often you can say that after winning 4-0.
No, and like I say, there's not many times I think teams would win 4-0 and have a butt at the end of it. So there was some great stuff, and like we say, we look more like the style that we want to play the game, and that's great, because we do throw a lot at the players, a lot of information, and we do push them. So it's great to see that their understanding is getting better and better, and also it's great to see that they want more. They want to get better. They want to keep moving this group and this team forward.
Plenty of positives. We could go for every single player. We won't do that because we'll be here all day. We'll be here up until kick-off tomorrow. But certainly any game where you can get your 2 strikers scoring goals is a positive. Griggy getting 2, and obviously Matt Dennis come off the bench getting a goal. That's always a good thing for strikers to go on the score sheet and like you said, to create the chances that we did for them to put away.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the likes of Griggy, his goals were, his movement, the build-up to the goals was great, and his movement in the box. So once he's in the box, he's very, very difficult to mark with them, the late movements. And then for physically, for him to get 45 minutes under his belt, because we don't want to rush him and end up taking 2 steps backwards. So it was perfect for him, and then for Matty to come on. Matty's doing great, considering he's got a handful of league appearances, and he's performing the way he is at the moment is great. Gets himself a goal. I thought it was great for Connor as well. Lovely finish from Connor. So assist and a goal for Con, which was great. So yeah, it was a really positive afternoon. But we can't rest on that. We've got another game tomorrow, and then another game Saturday as it is. So we've got to keep recovering and keep learning, and then keep pushing the group forward.
The last thing on Saturday, I promise. The defence keeping their first league clean sheet of the season. Sometimes a false stat, clean sheets, because it's sometimes a bit unfair. You can see it's not necessarily down to the defence or the team's fault that you can see goals, but it is a nice marker, isn't it, for the defence, for the whole team to get a clean sheet under their belt, because the rate we're starting to create chances, if we can stop the other team from scoring, we're likely going to win games rather than draw them.
Yeah, I think that's one of them things that will never change. As a defender, you always like clean sheets. As like an attacker, they want to score, but it is a collective. You know, we say to the boys, we do attack together and we do defend together, but I think the defenders always take that bit of extra pride in taking the clean sheet. And it was important as well because they had a period of about 15 minutes where they asked us a lot of questions. And you know, they hit the post and they had a couple of chances where it's, you know, Jamie makes a really good save at a certain time in the game, which could have shifted the momentum. But it's great for them. It's them kind of experience of getting through them experiences and feeling what that's like. So the next time it comes, they understand how to deal with it and deal with it in a much better way. So yeah, clean sheet is great. Obviously, 4 goals and a clean sheet. It was an excellent weekend.
And as you said a couple of times in this interview already, no resting on our laurels. It's you know it's straight into the next one and a different experience for the boys. A new competition this season, Papa John's Trophy, knockout game, potentially penalties at the end of it. There's all these experiences for a lot of these young players that we've got in this group that might get an opportunity tomorrow night to have to navigate and work their way through.
Yeah, I think that's the. I think that was the beauty of when we were trying to get things right. There was always another game a couple of days later, and once again it's the same again. You know, we're coming off a really good result, and we want to continue that. We want to continue the performance level that we've reached over the last couple of games, and we've shown signs on early on in the season. So we want to keep doing that. We want to perform well tomorrow. And if we hit the levels that we can perform, it'll be a positive result.
No doubt you're going into the game, like you said, with a full intention of winning the game. But we like to see some changes to the side.
I mean, we'll see how the group comes through recovery today. Obviously, it has, and that is the thing. It's game after game after game. So at the moment, it's get the lads in. We'll see what they look like, see what they need, because some people may need resting, some people may not, some people need pushing, some people need game time. So there's numerous things that we take in when we look to pick the team, and that's what we'll be doing.
And you know, finally, you know, you did touch on it, but to reinforce the point, winning can become a habit, can't it? Regardless of the competition, and you know, it's 3 wins in 4 that we've put together now. We're starting to build a bit of momentum. Regardless of the competition, you want to get results, and you know what happens tomorrow night can have hopefully a positive impact going into the weekend as well, can't it?
I think that's what we talk to the players about is actually concentrating on the process of it. If you get that right, you give yourself the best opportunity to get a positive result. You know, we don't look at the end of the win. I think that's really important, and for a new group it does take time to get them processed and them principles for them to truly understand them in any moment of the game. It does take time. So once again, we'll be no different. We'll concentrate on the process, and if we get the process right, we give ourselves the best opportunity to get a good result.